Hey everyone, today we're going to be taking a look at Adidas's brand new tennis shoe, the CYBERSONIC. And as always in my shoe reviews, we're going to be taking a look at them, talking through their specs and telling you what I think of them after a playtest. Let's get into it. Welcome back and thanks for watching this video. If you're new to the channel, my name's Ashley Neves. I run the Tennis Mentor YouTube and Instagram accounts, providing content for players, coaches and parents to get more out of the sport. Now, I've been fortunate enough to get my hands on Adidas's brand new tennis shoe, the CYBERSONIC. Now, this shoe sits at the top of Adidas's tennis shoe range at the speed end of the spectrum. In fact, they're Adidas's fastest pair of tennis trainers currently. You might have seen my Barricade review and my Ubersonic review. The Barricades focus more around stability and durability, whereas the Ubersonics are lighter and sit more at the speed end. These new CYBERSONICs are going to jump ahead of the Ubersonics as they're designed to be even faster. So let's take a look at them first of all. As you'll notice, I've actually played in these a few times. You'll see some clay on the outsole. This is what the shoe looks like. The first thing that sets this shoe apart from others is this red rod that you see wrapping around the heel of the shoe. And it actually goes all the way through the sole of the shoe, as you can see the red through the outsole here. Now, Adidas call this their energy rod, and they've actually used this technology in some of their running shoes, and this is the first time it's been used in a tennis shoe. The aim of this energy rod is to give you a little bit more spring and snapback when you're running. Now, running shoes have actually done this for a while now and have proven to help athletes run faster, providing a little bit more energy on each step. So I was super intrigued to give this a go on the tennis court. The actual material this shoe is made from is a soft fabric material on the upper, with Adidas's AdiTough technology wrapped around the toe to give the shoe a little bit more durability when sliding. This shoe is advertised as white. However, you might notice that this fabric material is a slightly off-white when you compare it to the whiteness of the AdiTough material at the front. The midsole of the shoe is Light Strike, which has been used in a number of Adidas's popular shoes, including the Ubersonic 4s. And its outsole has this mixed tread pattern, which allows it to be suitable for multiple surfaces. When we take a look inside the shoe, you can see here that we have this padding around the heel and the Achilles part of the shoe. Now, this was actually very similar in the Barricades, and Adidas had a lot of feedback that this was quite uncomfortable. And when trying the Barricades myself, I did feel a little bit of discomfort when I first put on the shoes, and for the first few hours. I do know after speaking to Adidas that they've actually changed this in this shoe and in all future models of the Barricades to make it slightly softer and more forgiving on the back of your foot. When you take a look at how the tongue is connected inside the shoe, that it has this elastic almost like a sock, which helps to keep your foot nice and snug inside the shoe. Finally, when you look at the Adidas 3 stripes, these are actually functional as well, as they are abrasion resistant, so they actually protect the fabric from being torn. So this again should help with the durability. When holding this shoe, you can feel that it's lightweight, but also how stiff the shoe is. And this is going to help you with that propulsion when it comes to that energy rod going through the center of the sole. As I mentioned, I've actually already tested these shoes out for a number of hours on court. So I'm going to show you some footage from my practice and share my thoughts with you. I've mentioned to you before that I've got quite wide feet, so I'm quite limited with which shoes are comfortable for me. The Ubersonics felt quite narrow for my foot. However, the Barricades had a slightly wider toe box, which did make those shoes more comfortable for me after that wearing period. As soon as I put the CYBERSONICs on, I felt that they were slightly in between the two. To me, they felt slightly wider than the Ubersonics, but not quite as wide as the Barricades. However, they did feel comfortable on my feet as soon as I put them on. What I did feel when I put them on is the sole of the shoe felt quite stiff compared to the other two Adidas shoes. And I would imagine that is down to the energy rod that's running through the sole of the shoe. You can see that in this short practice session here, I hit forehands, backhands, slices and serves. However, I have hit a couple of times since this with a human at the other end. So I have been able to test these out in a more intense session. I will say that although the shoes felt quite stiff when I put them on and walked onto court initially, as soon as I started moving around the court, you could feel that give in the shoe where it gives you that elastic snap back. I felt that I was able to move quickly around the court due to how light they were and how snappy they were. For me as a tennis coach, I've mentioned before that I quite like flexible shoes as I'm in them all day long. However, if I'm competing, I do like a slightly stiffer sole as it's going to allow me to move and change direction more quickly. So these shoes would definitely be favourable if I was competing more. Here I was testing them out on a clay court, and although they were a multi-court surface sole, they performed great on the artificial clay too. I was able to slide and push off efficiently, and although my old man legs don't look that athletic when I'm serving, they gave me a good amount of spring getting up to that ball. Overall, I really enjoyed playing with these shoes, and I'm looking forward to testing out their durability over time. And I'm also excited to see what other colorways they come up with throughout the year. So there you go. That's your first look at the Adidas CYBERSONICs. Let me know in the comments below what you think of the aesthetics of the shoe and if you're going to give them a try yourself. But like I said, I really enjoyed playing with them. They definitely suit me for match play. Thanks as always for watching, especially because you've made it all the way through to the end of the video. If you enjoyed it, I'd love it if you could hit that thumbs up button and consider subscribing if you haven't done so already. I look forward to seeing you next time. Take care.